You drop a coin into a vending machine slot. In a fraction of a second, the machine swallows it, calculates its exact value, and decides if it's real currency or a worthless piece of scrap. To test how it pulls this off, we've loaded up our two AI hosts with a pocket full of random metal objects. Their objective is simple: score some free snacks by tricking the machine. They start with a low-effort attack. They drop a standard steel washer and a foreign coin. Almost instantly, both objects clink straight down into the reject tray. To a human eye, a round, shiny washer might look close enough to a quarter. The machine ignores appearances entirely. It relies on a gauntlet of strict physical measurements that start the moment the metal leaves your fingers. The machine's first line of defense is a physical bouncer. This diagram shows the carefully designed routing track. Genuine coins have specific dimensions, and this track physically sorts them. Notice the intricate series of levers and gates. If an object is off by even a fraction of a millimeter in diameter or thickness, it hits a mechanical barrier or falls through a gap designed for smaller coins, entirely missing the accept channel. Next comes the scale. Inside the mechanism sits a tiny sensor that verifies the object's mass. A US nickel weighs exactly 5 grams. A quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If a lightweight plastic token or a heavy metal slug passes the sizing gates, the weight discrepancy forces an immediate rejection. Clearing this physical bouncer only proves that an object has the correct mass and outer dimensions. It tells the machine absolutely nothing about the actual elemental composition of the metal. Our hosts escalate the heist. They insert a perfectly machined slug. It matches the exact diameter, thickness, and 5.67 gram weight of a real quarter, but they've cut costs by manufacturing it out of a cheap zinc and brass alloy. The physical gates accept the perfect clone, but waiting further down the track is an inductive sensor coil. As the coin rolls past, this sensor subjects it to an alternating magnetic field. This magnetic field interacts with the passing metal, inducing tiny swirling electrical eddy currents. Every alloy reacts differently. A cupro-nickel blend behaves unlike zinc or brass. This dynamic interaction creates a magnetic polarization tensor, a unique metallic fingerprint. This chart shows the normalized frequency variations across 3 different coins. The machine compares the electromagnetic signature of the inserted object against a pre-programmed database. If the signature deviates from the expected output, the system knows immediately the metal composition is wrong. A counterfeiter can easily forge the shape of a quarter, but cannot forge its elemental physics. The electromagnetic polygraph makes cheap material substitution practically impossible. Down to their last trick, our hosts deploy a master forgery. They submit a sophisticated bimetallic coin, heavily polished and specifically engineered to spoof the magnetic signature of a real coin. For the highest-end machines, even a perfect magnetic match isn't enough. They utilize optical scanning technology. High-speed cameras capture the object as it falls, comparing the coin's surface ridges and imagery against a high-resolution master template. Some machines push this further with multispectral imaging. By analyzing the metal under invisible wavelengths like ultraviolet and infrared light, the sensors detect microscopic discrepancies in how the surface reflects light. An emerging frontier in validation uses acoustic sensors. The machine literally listens to the specific pitch and sound frequency the coin makes when striking a hard surface, verifying its internal density through audio. By the time an attacker reverse engineers the precise dimensions and weight, its elemental composition, visual reflectivity, and acoustic resonance, they have spent significantly more money manufacturing the fake than the face value of the snack they want to steal. The hosts finally concede defeat. They insert a genuine, legal coin. It clears every checkpoint and drops into the internal storage vault, signaling the machine to dispense the product. This intense level of security was born out of necessity. Back in the 1930s, operators of early mechanical slot machines and vendors suffered massive losses from people using cheap counterfeit slugs or simply tying a string to a real coin and pulling it back out. Those early mechanical gates evolved over decades. Today's sophisticated software-driven systems can even receive updates over the internet. When a country mints a new currency design, technicians upload the new physical and magnetic data directly to the machines. The vending machine sitting in your local break room is the active front line of an 80-year continuously evolving engineering war against fraud. In the literal blink of an eye, a single piece of pocket change is physically measured, is precisely weighed, is magnetically interrogated, and optically profiled. The machine achieves a near-zero error rate because it relies on a synchronized team of distinct scientific disciplines. Mechanics, electromagnetism, and optics all work in perfect unison. Unable to outsmart the system, our hosts finally get to enjoy their legitimately purchased snacks. The next time you buy a bag of chips or a soda, you'll know exactly what's happening behind the metal slot. A full detective investigation occurs during every transaction, hiding immense complexity right in plain sight.